The Undroppables. A category of footballer we made up. The definition: a fringe or developing AFL player who performed well enough to maintain their spot in the side for the following week. Across the season, we will be keeping an eye on players who received their opportunity in a side and did enough to lock themselves in for the next round. See our nominations for round 3 below. Todd Marshall. Todd Marshall's career appeared at a crossroads heading into the season. The 23-year-old has shown glimpses throughout his career thus far, but has never really put together enough good games consistently to be relied upon in the Port Adelaide forward line. But in the pressure cooker environment of the showdown last Friday night, Marshall kicked 5 goals straight in what was undoubtedly his best game to date at AFL level. As Charlie Dixon remains sidelined for at least the next month, this performance should see Marshall hold down a spot and be a key part of Port's forward setup. Lawrence Rosen. Jared Lienert. Jared Lienert, a pre-season supplemental selection in March, played in his second St Kilda win in as many starts on the weekend. The 27-year-old did enough on debut against Fremantle in round 2 to retain his spot for Sundays against Richmond, even with Dougal Howard resuming his place at the heart of the Saints' defence after missing the Dockers match. Lienert was solid in St Kilda's 33-point win over the Tigers, finishing with 19 disposals, 8 intercept possessions, 7 marks and 5 defensive rebounds. After being delisted by Port Adelaide at the end of last year, the defender is playing a role for the Saints as he looks to grab his second chance at AFL level with both hands. Alex Zaya. Lachlan Gollant. Lachlan Gollant's inclusion to the Adelaide side in round 2 was met with controversy as highly rated youngster Riley Thilthorpe made way for him. While Gollant was quiet in his first game of the year, he paid back Matthew Nicks and Adelaide selectors with a 4-goal outing in the showdown win against Port Adelaide. Although he was kept to just 6 disposals and 1 mark, Gollant ticked the boxes and made his touches count against the power in front of goal. The 20-year-old worked well in tandem with Elliot Himmelberg, and his bag of 4 should see him keep his place for Sunday's game against Essendon. Lachlan Gollant. Thomson Dow. In just his 9th senior game, Thomson Dow led the way for Richmond's midfield in their loss to St Kilda. Dow had a career-high 23 disposals and 7 clearances, including 5 out of the centre in his most accomplished performance to date. With no Dustin Martin, Dion Prestia and Kane Lambert, the 20-year-old has been given more responsibility by Damien Hardwick and has repaid the faith in the last 2 weeks. He also went at 82% disposal efficiency, highlighting his composure with the ball. If the weekend is anything to go by, Dow should be making himself a weekly staple in the Tigers' transitioning on-ball brigade. Andrew Slevison. Lewis Young. Lewis Young received his first opportunity in navy blue on the weekend following Oscar McDonald's back injury, and he took it with both hands. Young got the job on the in-form Mitch Lewis, keeping him to 6 disposals, 4 marks and the 1 goal. The 23-year-old looked at home at AFL level, with his strengths of intercept marking and using his long reach to spoil translating to the level. Even if McDonald returns for round 4, Young should keep his spot and move to fill Mitch McGovern's intercepting role. NIC Negropontis. Max Holmes. Max Holmes is putting his best foot forward in 2022, and his round 3 performance will no doubt see him stay in Geelong's best 22 for weeks to come. Chris Scott spoke about his youngster post-match, saying that while Holmes had been drafted as an athlete, he has quickly turned into a footballer. That was evident on Saturday night, Holmes moving the needle with his 20 touches, 5 tackles and a goal. The 19-year-old also recorded 10 contested possessions in a strong sign he's quickly becoming the player the Cats had hoped he would be. Seb Mottram.